Ranking in the top 1% sounds like something that is impossible and can never be achieved. Yet, I'm an introvert. I live in a city of only 30,000 people, and I was able to consistently do this year after year. So continue watching this video. I would love to share my daily routine with you that I followed, the same strategies you can use so you can eventually become in the top 1%. I'm Shawn Bell, and I'm a social media coach for the Wolfpack at eXp Realty, and also the creator of the Realtors Blueprint to Never-Ending Leads with Social Media. I've helped thousands of realtors scale in their business, and I'm excited to do the same for you today. All right, first thing is you need to have a routine. You need to start planning out your day. If you just go to the office or are working from home and you fly by the seat of your pants, nothing is ever going to get done. You need to have those tasks that you do every single day and you know they need to get done. Otherwise, again, your day won't be complete. You'll never get anything done and you'll be like, oh, I'll just push it off. I'll do it the next day. You need to have these set in stone. You need to have them in writing so it motivates you to get them done before your day is over. And off the start, this will be a lot easier if you don't have much going on in your business. Therefore, you're going to have the time to get these things done. They could be as simple as waking up at the same time every single day, working out, eating breakfast, doing outreach at the exact same time every day, blocking out content for your social media calendar, planning any new ideas, and any courses that you want to watch or you need to take. Block off any time that you need to do any of these. So these are just a few examples. I'm going to go over my daily routine that I had so you can copy and paste any of this you want, put in your own touch on it, but just so at least you have a structure that you can follow, and this way be consistent with it so eventually you can be successful, you could be ranking in the top 1%, and you can see how amazing it is when you have this daily routine. All right, so like I said, this was my routine. I woke up at 7 a.m. I know you'll hear a lot of people be like, oh, you gotta wake up at 4 or 5. Didn't happen for me. I'm not a morning person. Even 7 was early for me, so I woke up at 7 a.m. Also, despise working out. Not a workout person. I know I should. I should be healthier in that sense, but I play hockey. I do other things. So in the morning, not much of a workout person. So what I would do is I'd have a quick bite to eat, if anything at all. Didn't eat too much in the morning. Again, this is just me. You can tailor this to the way you want. And then from there, I would hang out with my wife and boys until they were getting on the bus at 8 a.m. So that gave me my hour to kind of chill, not do too much, shower, get ready for my day. Once the boys got on the bus at 8 a.m., I would get in my vehicle and I would head to the office. Same thing. For some of you, you may have a physical office, or you may be renting an office space, or you might be at home. Whatever it is, just have that routine that you're getting there every single time. Even if you are working from home, which I am doing today, I get into this office space same time every single day. So I would get to the office around 8:15, 8:20, and generally I was always the first one at the office, which was a huge bonus for me because then it was quiet. I could focus and I could get a lot done. Immediately, I would sit down and I would start sending out updates to all my listings. So I had quite a few listings. Again, you may not have this yet, but just keep watching the video, wait, and I'm gonna explain some different things that you can do. What I would do is I had an account with BombBomb, which is video through email. You could do like another one is Loom, whatever works for you. So what I would do is I had it in my CRM, so that every single listing I had would get an update from me every single week. So if I listed your home on a Wednesday, every single Wednesday you were getting a video from me explaining the market and what's happening and how many showings we've had and what's happening with your listing. So I would go to my CRM and see, okay, today's, let's say, Wednesday. Who do I have to reach out to today for my listings? Take a look at them. Okay, I'm going to record a video. There's these 3 listings, and I get it done. After that, I would meet with my assistant. My assistant would come in and I would discuss with her, what's happening with our deals right now? What have you been hearing? Any issues? What do I need to do? What does she need to do? We just kind of plan out things, see what's happening in the business and make sure nothing was missed. Like I said, you need to keep a schedule. You need to keep tasks that you need to do every day. So if I didn't have any appointments that morning, I'd start working through my tasks, being like, okay, what paperwork needs to be done? Who do I need to respond to, follow up with, any stuff like that? I would get all my tasks done throughout that morning. Then I would do kind of like what you call prospecting. So I would go through my phone right here. And I would go back through my text messages and look and scroll back and be like, okay, who haven't I heard from in a while? Who haven't I messaged? And I would start talking to them, send them messages, and spark the conversation. It was just, instead of me sitting there twiddling my thumbs doing nothing, at least I was messaging people, starting up conversations, and staying top of mind. From there, I would go home for lunch, eat lunch, see my wife, take a little hour break just to recharge and get refocused for the afternoon. In the afternoon, I might have the odd appointment. So maybe I had to go look at a house or I had to show a few houses. Now, this is going to change every single day as a realtor. This is the beauty of it, is no one day is ever the same. So I do get it. Sometimes we as realtors can't necessarily time block because different things come up. We have different times of the day that we're working. But the idea is, you could see I had somewhat of a structure. So maybe if I had my appointments in the morning, well, now the stuff I was going to do in the morning, those now happen in the afternoon. Or if I was booked all day long, which did happen quite a bit, now I had those later in the day. So it was just holding me accountable that I had these lists of things that I needed to do. The quicker I could get them done, the more free time I had for doing those appointments. If I had back-to-back-to-back appointments, well then, they were pushed to later in the day. But at least I was holding myself accountable that they did get done. And I wasn't just being like, oh, well, today was too busy of a day, I'll get to it tomorrow. No, they're on my list. I have to get them done. Until I get them done, I'm not going home. Afternoon was also for creating social media. So if I had any content that I needed to create, I wanted to make sure I had content going out every single day. So I'd look ahead at my calendar, see what we had planned, and I would create more content. I would also do outreach on social media. So again, I'd have my phone and I'd be going through there and looking at different people in my community, commenting on their stuff, liking their stuff, and sending them DMs, just having genuine conversations with them. And then from there, if I had any extra time, I was coming up with new ideas. Okay, what are we going to do for social media next month? What are we going to do next week? What's a new idea that I could do? What's a different type of interview I could do, or anything like that? If I had new ideas, or maybe I was just researching, taking a look at different ideas on YouTube or other things online that people were doing, and maybe I could implement into my own business. So that's my daily routine. Now, here's some ideas that you can do if you are a newer agent, or maybe you don't have as much business right now and you're saying, hey, I don't have the appointments, I don't have all this stuff, like how am I going to fill my day? So again, you have to have somewhat of a structure in place. If you are newer, again, this is going to be a lot easier because you're not going to have those different appointments that are coming up that are going to mess with your day. So your day should be a lot more structured. First thing you need to do, create a morning routine. What time are you waking up? What time are you going to work out? What time are you going to eat? Whatever that may be. As you can see, mine was very simple. For you, you might say, hey, no, I have to work out. I need it for my mental health. Otherwise, my day is shot. Schedule it in. Be like, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time. This is the time I'm going to work out. I'm going to have this long of a workout. This is the time I'm going to eat. I need to do this with my kids. So this is the time I'm going to do this. Whatever that may be, so you can schedule it in. Make sure it happens every single day. The biggest thing I found was the more routine you could have, a lot easier all of this stuff I'm explaining gets. If every day you're flying by the seat of your pants, it's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen today. Guess what? Nothing will ever get done. Whereas if you get consistent and you have that routine, it's going to happen every single time this way. You are going to be a lot more productive. Make sure you're getting to the office early, whether that be in a building or at your home, like me. Just have that plan, get there early, because you're more focused sometimes in the morning. If you are going to a physical office like I used to, it's more quiet. You don't have all those distractions. Morning, first thing, great time to get in the office and get started. Because if you're not starting until like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., well, guess what? Half your day's gone already. You've lost your focus. You're like, oh, I'm behind. What am I going to do? Well, I might as well just wait till tomorrow. You need to get there early. Send out any updates you need when you first get there. Therefore, this is one task that's done because it needs to get done every day. And therefore, if you're getting it done in the first moment of the day, you just know, okay, it's done. I don't have to worry about it now. Now, if you don't have any updates to send out, start studying the market. See what's happening. See what's selling. How much are homes selling for? You need to be the expert in your market when you get these questions. So this is a great time for you to study up and start sharpening your skills. Do any outreach you need to do. As I showed you before, go through your phone, see any text messages, send messages to people, do any outreach on social media. If you're more the type you like to cold call, door knock, start doing that. Basically, just be having more conversations, speak to more people you haven't spoke to in a while. Again, if you are newer, you're going to have time to do this. You can't be just sitting there thinking, oh, what's going to happen? Or woe is me, nothing is happening. Well, guess what? If you don't create any action, no action is going to happen. So if you're just sitting there hoping that somebody's going to contact you, I'm sorry to tell you, it is not going to happen. You need to start reaching out to people. You need to start having more conversations. You need to get the ball rolling. Have some money to spend on marketing and want to get the ball rolling a bit quicker? Well, you could start planning out a Facebook ad, and maybe you're going to run a Facebook ad that morning, and every day you're going to monitor it and see how it's going and reevaluate and readjust. This is a great way to get contacts and conversations happening immediately from people that are complete strangers that's bringing them into your sphere. So if you want more ideas on how to do this, I do have a free guide of my 5 killer Facebook ads that generated me 268 leads in 7 days. If that's something of interest to you and you want to get a hold of that, comment, let me know, and I'll send it off to you. Reach out to someone and take them for a coffee. Again, it's another conversation. It's more relaxed. It's not say just go out there and meet with more people. Coffees are cheap. It's easy. Or speaking of that, instead, if you don't want to be in a home office and you want to get out and have more of a focus depending on what's happening in your home life, go out to a coffee shop. Even if you're just sitting there by yourself and being in there every day. I've heard of realtors that go to a coffee shop every single morning and they get business from it because even strangers keep seeing them there all the time. And guess what? Eventually that creates conversations saying, well, I see you here all the time. Who are you? What do you do? And they get to have those conversations. It's another relationship. And guess what? It makes a sale down the road. So sometimes getting out of your comfort zone and getting out there in front of more people is definitely the best way to go. All right, that's your morning. Now you have lunch. You could go home like me and have lunch with your significant other. Or again, if you're newer and you're wanting to get more business, contact a friend, contact a loved one, contact a family member. Go out for lunch with them. Again, it's just more conversations, more people are seeing you. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I'd even just go out for lunch with a coworker and all of a sudden you're seeing different people that you haven't seen before because you're seeing them within the community and it strikes up conversation and they're like, hey, how's the real estate market? It's all about being out there and being top of mind. All right, so the afternoon, a great way to get more business is reach out to other realtors and say, hey, what do you need help with? Because if there's an experienced realtor and they're so busy, they will gladly take on some help and pay you for it. So this helps you to get in more reps. It helps you to do more showings, maybe more listing appointments. It helps you to get in the game so that when you're growing your business, you've already done it before. So this isn't brand new. It's also a way for you to get some business and start making an income. Therefore, if you maybe go show quite a few houses and maybe you write an offer for that realtor, they'll pay a referral fee. This could be your afternoon because a lot of showings and stuff like this can happen in the afternoon or the evenings. So reach out to a realtor, offer a helping hand. Lots of them, if you can find a great one, will be more than happy to do this. And it's just going to keep you in the game and keep you consistent and keep you to eventually building your book of business. Then to fill the rest of the time, you can do interviews. So as I spoke a lot of my other interviews, a great way that generated me a pile of business was interviewing local businesses and spotlighting them on my page. And eventually I generated a lot of business from it. So if I was to start off as a new realtor, this would likely be number one game plan. And I would make sure I had time every single day to do these and blast all these out on my social media would go over so well. Because what's happening is you're getting in front of another local business owner. So you're offering to spotlight their business. Most of them, probably 98% of them are going to say yes. It's getting you in front of a new person. You're posting it on your page. They're then going to share it. It's opening you up to their audience on their page now. And it just snowballs from there. And this is a great way for you to get in front of so many people. You learn about a new business. You're providing them value. It works so amazing. So if you're sitting there saying, hey, Shawn, I've got nothing to do. Nothing's happening. You do this one thing. It is something that you can make happen. You don't have to wait for somebody to contact you. You're contacting them. And it's not like cold calling where you're going to get 90% that say no to you. This is like 98% are going to say yes. So this is a very easy task for you. It's a lot of fun and they're actually going to appreciate it. So get to it. Before you create your daily routine, and if it's going to evolve around social media or cold calling or door knocking or helping other realtors, whatever it may be, you just need to know how much you need to do every single day. So example for me, I create a lot of content now. So I know I need this many YouTube videos a week. I need to have this many posts on Instagram in a day, and this many on TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, you don't need to overwhelm yourself. You can be just on one platform, but whatever it is, whether it's social media or more the traditional style, you need to focus and say, okay, this is how much I need to do every day, And therefore, you need to take all those tasks that you are going to do in that day and now start scheduling them out, saying, okay, I'm going to do these things in the morning, I'm going to do these things in the afternoon, and this way you're much more structured, so you're not, again, flying by the seat of your pants being like, oh, what was I going to do again? Did I say I was going to post on social media? How is that going to happen? Even just plan it out, put it on a spreadsheet, put it in your phone, whatever it may be, and put it in a calendar so that you know what needs to get done. This way, if you got it all planned, if you have any interruptions, you can still go back to it and be like, I have to do this. So I found the more I wrote stuff down, the more I put it in my phone, it kept me accountable because it was like, until I check it off on my list, it isn't done. And therefore, if it's on my list, it bothers me that it's on there because I want to get it done. So even if I had a very busy day, come the end of the day, I would make sure I would get everything checked off. So I'm so excited for you to do this. I know, and I've tried it, I've tested it, and I can tell you the more consistent you are with your business with stuff like that, it sounds so simple, but it works. This is a huge factor. If you do not have this routine, everything's going to fall apart and you're not going to get a lot of this done. I was a very, very busy realtor. As I said, I consistently ranked in the top 1%, selling lots of times over 80 homes a year, and yet I was still able to get all of this stuff done on my list. So you can't tell me, oh, there's too much time in the day, you've given us too much information. I was able to do it all. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. Enjoy, have fun, good luck, and I can't wait to see you in the top 1%.